So the biggest challenge I think that people face with adapting to stage 1 essay writing is the fact that they're actually being asked to make arguments. You know, lots of people think, oh, argument equals opinion, you know, and so they get really freaked out that they're not being sufficiently kind of academic and scientific about the whole thing. So we need to tell people that, you know, the focus here is on argument, which is basically just opinion supported by evidence, right? And that's a huge challenge though, because you've been educated all the way through to rely on the facts, you know, and not focus on your opinions. In fact, at the university it's the other way around, you know, you're actually having to focus on what is your argument that you want to make, what's your voice. Yeah? People are focused on how do I get started, how do I structure my essay, how do I come up with an argument, those kinds of questions. And so we can just step people through those. It's just giving it shape, you know, and I mean the key thing with any essay is that you're focusing on the argument, you know, what you have to say. And our focus is kind of drawing that out of people and I guess focusing them and using the writing process to do that. Oh, look, it's really, really good. I mean, certain people really benefit from this kind of environment, you know. Like at student learning, it's really challenging for us to get guys in, for example, because guys are always worried about, you know, that sitting down and asking for help thing. Whereas if they can just kind of hang around and listen, maybe engage in a group, that can be much less threatening. And I think it's a really good way of doing things. It's also a much more inviting environment for people. You know, like it's not like you have to go and sit down one-to-one with somebody and it's kind of threatening that, right? This is much more cruisy. You can just come in, chat, you can just listen in, right, if that suits you, rather than having to actually sit down and, you know, eyeball somebody, which can be really challenging, you know. Yeah, well, I think for us at student learning, a lot of our work is done either in workshops, you know, with large bodies of people, quite a traditional style, or in one-to-ones when you sit down with somebody and you talk it through. There are lots of people for whom both of those styles don't suit. You know, so some people prefer smaller group work where it's much less formal, and I think that really benefits them. So it provides a nice add-on, you know, to what we already do, I think. Oh, look, I think the targeted learning sessions really do increase the cohort's engagement, you know, with all of this support services, which is really key. I mean, I know that from past experience of working in faculty, you know, it was really difficult to get people to come to, you know, office hours, one-to-one sessions. They often didn't feel comfortable speaking up in workshops and stuff either. But this environment really seems to get larger numbers of people to the support that they need, you know, for whatever issues are concerning them.